to the engine. Letting them have 2 gibbets isn't too bad. It's not that, it's just like being unable to come back from there. Like, I would need Frostburn to beat that, I think. This hand does not look amazing, I will say. This hand is not amazing, I will say. Just gonna reply to my messages from earlier. From Snowshot. I will watch that later. Oh. Voth. A rare specimen in this day and age. If I play this, it's going to get natural selection, isn't it? But then I can play the Spelljammer and feel good about it. Or I can bounce their thing. I think I still Sojo. It's mono efficient. Excuse me, mono efficient. How much do I care about them getting in my face with this mono tile? I'd rather just have it. I play this here and I get a mono tile either way. And, like, pony their stuff. Clicking that follow button for a chance to earn in-game loots. Oh, do you have to follow someone to get Twitch drops? I didn't actually realise that. And thank you for following. That's very kind of you. Also, the stream is good quality. Yay! Oh, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Does Bloodtide Priestess spawn wraithlings on the tiles of minions that are nearby it when they die, or do I just have bad luck? You just have bad luck. It is well known that Bloodtide Priestess will spawn a wraithling on the same tile as the thing you were trying to get out of the way of, even when it's a 1 in 5, every time, when it matters. You don't need to follow to get Twitch drops. Ah, my engagement. My opponent seems to also have nothing. I mean, this deck feels quite strong against people who don't do anything for 2 turns. I can recommend that strategy. Oh, they've plays. We have a game on our hands. Uh-oh. I'm killing that. I can't kill that. Not obviously, anyway. What you got? That is not bad. Considering they didn't do anything. I may have to prison this. I'm not sure. I could Aspect of Ego it. Seems fairly strong. Like, that's quite a good aspect target. And then I can hopefully beat up whatever comes out of it, because most 3-drops are not very large. And I can play a Spelljammer as well as doing that. Or a Mentor. The only problem is I have to commit before I know what I'm doing with my mana, because I want to attack with the Sojourner. I can't reach this. I'd have to draw Blistering Scorn. But I can still do that, right? So I can transform this. Cool. I will gladly kill that. So, do I want this tile? Kinda. I think we abandon the chance of Scorn and we just play the Spelljammer and get some stuff deadified. Cool. My opponent can Lava Slasher this turn, which kind of tempts me into aspecting this, just for the Dispel. Screw you, Lava Slasher, mate. Got the keen plays. When going turn 2 with Glacial Fissure, leaving the tile for them is the perfect bait. That's a good shot, actually. Yes! We got there! We called it on the Lava Slasher. Ah, no, you can't kill my stuff. Good times. And they can't even mill a card, because the positioning doesn't line up for hitting the Sojourner. That was a good turn. I finally drew some Hearth Sisters, that's good. With the Warbird coming up next turn. So, like, the Aspect of Ego was really good there, but only because we have 2 of these in play. This kind of Like, imagine if I hadn't drawn 2 cards. My hand would now be this. So my opponent would be, like, behind on board a bit. But, I just realised I'm putting my hand in front of the screen and you can't see it. My hand would be, like, ignore these 2. So I'd have 3 cards, which is pretty useless, right? Like, that's not amazing. When this game may well go on for a while. You know, my hand's not fast. Whereas the fact that I have all this card draw allowed me to make those, like, card inefficient tempo plays and then recoup it, obviously, with the draw here. We got a Scorn? Scorn in our hands? No, no Scorn. Milling a Rebuke. Good times. Drawn the 3rd aspect, so let's see if I can find a Wisp. Mentor hit is not terrible here. But more Spelljammers. I mean, the Spelljammer's good pressure. We can put the Sojourner in a corner and use her later to draw more cards, right? Like, what I can do, or I can upgrade it into a healthy 3-drop, but that seems worse. They can't Macanto me, they can flash Macanto me, but they could have done that last turn. So I'm gonna kill this and then just go face, I think. Like, remelt some cards, which is slightly awkward. I guess, oh actually, instead of playing the Spelljammer, I'll play Mentor and double activate the Warbird, so I mill fewer cards, still have a card draw source for later, and get more damage in. Like, milling cards isn't massively a cost, but it's nice to still have a Spelljammer in the pocket for, for when I need them, basically. Aspect of Ego your Jammer. I mean, I could. I considered it, but then, like, so I could play, say, Hearth Sister aspect, but I think that also uses up too many resources. Like, this is my last aspect of Ego, so I then can no longer ever make the Sunset Paragon play, for instance, or the Wisp play. And the Wisp one might be quite good. So if I draw a Wisp next turn, I can cut them off with Warbeast mana for another turn, which is pretty strong. This could be a Plasma Storm here, I guess. That would be okay, though. Alright, fair enough. That kills the Mentor, which is fine. So this must be Drogon Varth? This kind of suggests they don't actually have the lava. Oh my god. Okay, well, it's definitely Drogon Varth, but ow! Holy crap. Wow, okay. That was scary. And we are not looking flush with cryptographers right now. I was about to say in before Iridium skill. Well, you got it. That was a good call. So I can knock one. I can break the scale if I want. I don't know how much I need to. Healing seems good here. Probably better than Hearth Sister. Alright. So I think the play here is kill this, play Spelljammer as a Herald. I can send the Sojourner in. I probably should to reduce Warbeast damage. That's the thought. Do I want to play as a Herald into Warbeast? Well, I'll just play it here or something. It does just die though. Like, there's not really any point in playing it. I may as well just play the Spelljammer. Maybe play the Azure Herald in a corner? I guess the Spelljammer has 5 health, so my opponent can commit a Warbeast, kill the Azure Herald, and then still have to hit the Spelljammer with their face, so that's fine. So what I can do is... Oh, that doesn't work, does it? With the Herald here. I was going to kill this thingy. Fine. We'll do that. We'll play Spelljammer, Herald there, and then bring this down and knock a charge off. If it will let me. Okay, let me. So again, I'm milling a card, but gets in damage, takes a charge off the artifact, which is important. So we don't die to Drogon. We died to Flash Drogon Cryptographer though, don't we? Maybe I should have just left the 2-2 alone and gone somewhere else. Can I go anywhere where they can't reach me though? Not really. Just body blocking helps. It does play around that combo. Revenue's 8 for some reason. It got nerfed because it was just such a ridiculous play. You can bounce your Herald as well. That is true. That might actually be coming handy. After the ridiculous start we had, I'll be quite surprised if we lose this. And yet unsurprised. Like, this hand is just kind of full of nothing. So our early game is quite strong because we have these tempo plays, we have card draw. But, oh no, they actually have it. They actually have it. Well, that'll teach me for trying to kill a cryptographer. Okay. So that was a bit awkward. But I would have played differently, I think, if I'd realised it was Drogon Voth earlier.